It's the month of February and we're celebrating love, even in insurance. And this whole month we've been featuring couples that are in the insurance industry doing amazing things and talking about their work and home life. Today's subject is Brad and Catherine Wilson, which I guess is all right. They are celebrating 30 years together this year. That's a great accomplishment. They have wonderful kids. Um, he, of course, is the president of Wilson and Company Insurance Services in San Diego. But let me read you some of his credits because it is he's a legend in the business, and so this is like really wonderful. The director of IAB of America, currently board member of IIABCAL. He's also a past president of IIABCAL. I mean, he's got things like San Diego Agent of the Year. He's been director of IBA West. He's done a lot of board membership work. And of course, just great work in the insurance industry. So I'm really happy to have Brad Wilson talk about his life with his wife and his business. So stay tuned here. IIABCAL Voices will be talking to Wilson. And I am here with Brad and Catherine Wilson. How are you guys today?
Great.
Super, James. How you doing?
Good. Like I said, Brad and I know each other from a long time ago when I was in the insurance industry. I was there, many of you guys know I was there for 10 years working for Insurance Skill Center. Met lots of great people, and Brad is a legend in our business. So thanks for coming to the show.
Happy to be here.
And it's nice to meet the woman beside him who has been through it with him, because 30 years. 30 years.
Married 30 years, couple more months. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Congratulations. That's great. Well, okay, so I'm gonna ask you right off the bat, why do you think it's survived 30 years?
The marriage?
Yes. Yes, we'll start with that. Yes.
Maybe that's where I leave the room and she can answer honestly.
I'm all, yeah, go away for a second. Like, girl, tell me everything. So
Cliches, right? How do you last? Because I'm sorry. Yes, I won't do it again.
You're smart. That's what it is. You're smart. That's right. Yes.
I think the biggest reason is we just have, open, honest, transparent, the cliche, never go to bed angry.
We still have fun together.
Yeah. And
we make each other laugh.
And we have fun. Our whole professional and personal life has been different chapters. And we like closing them. We like starting new ones. And we've done that with our family, our profession, our personal relationship, our hobbies and things we like to do. So, we like to do things together, and I'm sure that'll continue.
We have always had a motto, like, if we're just, something's up or whatever, to push into a new chapter, because if it's not that comfortable, it's not going to get more comfortable. So we change it up and we do something new. And as Brad said, we've done that many times now, and it's just chapters in our life and in our personal life and our professional life. And me coming to work for us, that's a fairly new chapter as of Wilson and Co. In the last 3.5 years. And we knew if we could lay hardwood floors together that we could probably work together.
Which
that's
we
true. That's true.
20 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, no, oh my goodness. I've done that before with somebody, and yes, lots of cussing, lots of drinking.
22,000 nails into the floor.
Woo!
Boom. Boom.
Woo! Yes. No. So you guys are right about that. There's certain things you do at home. There's certain projects you could probably work together. If you can survive that.
Yeah.
That's what I tell them.
Yeah.
I like that. So because you guys are working together and you've been together, so are you glad you kind of started this venture together later than earlier, do you think? And is that why it's working the last 3 years?
Yeah.
Absolutely. The time was right. We might not have survived it if we had done it earlier. Different professional lives for me and us and different agencies before. And then when we went back out on our own 4 years ago, we had a team put together, and Catherine's role was, making sure contracts were getting finalized with insurance carriers and more admin role. And then she involved into accounting and helping do some things, some additional things. So it's fun. and I think the timing was right. I'm not sure, you know.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked when we had young kids and everything. And I was doing something else for the previous 7 years before we did this. I was working in retail, and it just turned out it's like, who cares more than I do about our business, aside from, Brad and I. So as long as we do different things and we totally have different jobs and responsibilities. So, and if he's bothering me, I just say, you're not the boss of me.
Oh, I love that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But you said, but the key thing you're saying is you guys already know what your boundaries are. So you know that you've chosen, I do this part of the business, and you do this part of it. That's what I'm hearing. Is I'm correct?
Yes.
Totally. And
Yes.
the pandemic hitting last year, and we migrated, we went remote immediately. So I like to say we're not working from home, we're living at work.
That's my job. That's my life too. My ring light's over here. My camera back. I'm doing the same thing now. I used to be in studios. Now I'm the studio. Now I'm the studio. So I understand that, Brad, completely. So how do you guys separate? Because now you are at home. Well, like all of us are at home now, trying to separate our relationships with our jobs. How do you guys do that?
Well, I'm right over here at the dining room table, and Catherine's in a back bedroom. That's how we separate.
Yeah. And it works great as long as our son's not home in his bedroom.
Yeah, he's in our youngest, James, is in his last year of a 5-year program, landscape architecture at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. So.
Wow. Cal Poly, that's my family school. So yes, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, love it. Great. They have great architecture and landscape programs up there. I know that personally. I know it's good. Good for him. So he's doing it remote right now, right? Because of the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just no celebrations or anything. There won't be a graduation. I know.
That's a bummer for kids. I feel, we'll get through it, whatever we need to do. But, these young kids, high schoolers and, with sports, and I just can't imagine what that's like. But, you just got to muscle through it.
I agree. I feel bad. I say kids now too, because I'm in my 50s at this point. The kids, the ones in their 20s and 30s, I do feel badly because it's a rite of passage that we got to go through.
Right.
Go through it. And it may seem insignificant to some people, but it really is something to actually, walk across the stage or be able to get something in person or have your family celebrate you somewhere. I mean, it's like a regular, it's life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a huge deal. It should be celebrated big. So we'll eventually,
he'll be all right. He's has some job interviews and had some very positive things happen at the end of last week. So by the time he graduates, he's got a job. He has 2 older sisters. One went to Gonzaga University up in Spokane, Washington. Ranked #1 in NCAA men's basketball currently. And so that's great fun to follow. And she works for a naval defense contracting consulting firm here in San Diego. It's the old SPAY War, now called NAV War. And Annie, our oldest, actually works in the business with us. She's been in with us 3 years. So she's actually 4th generation Wilson in the insurance business. So we're pretty sure there's an insurance gene somewhere in the family.
I mean, your dad, hello. I mean, we all know, and I'm talking about legends. I mean, he's a business too. Yeah, I mean, he's a total legend in business. If you guys know who he is, look him up. You'll see all the stuff he's done. I mean, he's amazing also. Amazing guy. So 4th generation. But did you even think, I mean, when you got into insurance, Brad, I mean, did you even think about your children getting into insurance? Was that like a hope that one of them would get in there or what?
No, but I did start to think about it, and we started to think about it, I think, as they started getting into college maybe and older. And I remember when I went to work out of college at Fireman's Fund in San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
I never really thought that I was right across the street from the Federal Reserve Building.
I know that. Yes, I know it is. Yes.
I was in Spear Street Tower.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd get into the family business. But I think looking back now, I think my dad thought it would be great if I did. And I literally remember a cathartic moment. I was doing a marketing call and I think it was with Covell Insurance, Skip Covell, and was either the son or the dad down on the peninsula. And I was sitting there giving the insurance company spiel about writing more business and doing business with us and with Fireman's Fund. And I kind of had this cathartic moment where I thought, I want to be that with my dad and be on the other side. So called my dad, and he said, come on down. But those years in San Francisco were fantastic, 87 through 89. And the best reason for it was that's when I met Catherine at that
I was
point.
going to get there. I was like, how'd you guys meet? So that's good. Let's lead into that. First of all, you don't even, I mean, you guys don't even seem like you be old enough to have been in business since 87. I mean, like, what's that about? What's going on there? Come on.
Well, thanks, James.
Trying to be funny is I'm way older than I look.
Good living, I guess. Good living.
I might be younger than I look.
No, I'm saying, no, I'm saying both of you guys, good living. That's, I mean, insurance has been good to you, and retail is good. I was good to you. So, but so how'd you guys meet?
So we met. It can potentially be a very long story for a few reasons. It's a long story, and I can drag things out.
I told you I'll stay for a good story. I'll stay for a good story. I got my tea ready.
Yeah, Catherine worked with my roommate. My roommate at the time was Mike Carpenter, and Mike Carpenter's an insurance agent in Merced currently, and his dad is a past president of the California Association the year before my dad. So they were friends. Mike and I became friends. We went to UC Santa Barbara together, ended up being roommates in San Francisco, and Mike and Catherine worked together and commuted from the city to the office in the East Bay. Okay. So it literally almost was divine intervention. Over time, we were supposed to meet it here and didn't, and then eventually, I was at a bar in San Francisco, the old Pat O'Shea's, if you remember Pat O'Shea.
Yes, I do.
So literally, I met Kathy Kine, very Irish girl.
Very Irish, yes.
Pat O'Shea's in San Francisco. And then we dated. We ultimately got married 2 or 3 blocks away from there at Star of the Sea Catholic Church, wow, okay, which is where Catherine's mother and grandmother were married. Wow. So and it's longer than this, James.
Yeah, it is way longer, and it involves beverages.
Yeah.
Let me turn off the camera for a second. It's about that story. Bobby, so you're from San Francisco, Catherine?
Yeah, my family is from San Francisco, and they moved up to Petaluma when I was a child. But yes, generations in the city. I still love the city. I love to go back and visit.
Oh, me too. I was on California Montgomery with Insurance Skills, and I was we were in Regis building there, and near the Transamerica building, and I loved walking to lunch to Embarcadero, go to lunch, and I loved that whole area. I loved doing that. At one point, I worked there at 101 California. At one point, I loved all that whole area. So I loved it.
Yeah. It was such a fun chapter.
And Mike Carpenter's still a best buddy. You know, we talked with him last week or the week before, called to check in again. We saw them, he and his wife a month ago or so.
He just called to see if we were good. He just called me last week to see if we're going to the Blue Ribbon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going to
So still a best friend in our wedding, and so it's a neat another example of the interconnectivity with us and with me, with the industry and with the association, definitely.
Well, I mean, you're intertwined with the association. I mean, I read your credits on the intro. I mean, you were past president, and I mean, you did a lot with the association. You have done a lot with the association and continue to do a lot with the association. Your name came up several times off camera, several people. I mean, all great things, of course, about all you guys and your daughter, and saying, here's a family who's running this business together in San Diego, and it's all positive stuff. So I want you guys to know that it's been all positive, wonderful things of her.
Would you like? Well, yeah, thanks, James. Would you like to maybe learn something that you probably didn't know?
Well, that's a host dream. Yes, yes, please.
So I moved to San Francisco in January of 1987. Okay. and was starting work as an underwriter trainee at Fireman's Fund Insurance Company. And I had a first roommate in San Francisco
Okay.
who was Jerry O'Kane.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
So maybe that's a whole nother interview.
That's crazy.
What's it like to live with Jerry O'Kane? And you don't have to go to Marjorie for that. You can come straight to me.
That's amazing. That, no, seriously, my eyes are getting bigger. That's amazing.
For too long, because it was wonderful. He was in Pacific Heights. He had a great flat.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
in
Hello.
San Francisco. He's gone all the time. I had the keys to his flat.
You were 22 years
And I was
old.
22.
Yeah. Hello. I mean, oh my goodness. Yes, that's crazy. What a that is a connection. But that's the thing about this. Since I've been doing these shows, it's funny. I'm meeting up with my old friends, and I meet people that they're like, James, we met like 20 years ago. I'm like, that was 20 years ago. I'm like, you had long hair and it was blonde. And so we have like this. It's this great thing about the industry that I try to show on this show to people. Because I have people who watch the show who are not in insurance. They like the interviews. And so they watch them and they're like, wow, I never knew the insurance industry had some fun people. I go, they're fun. They're nice people. They're fun people. They're hardworking, dedicated people. And I made some lifelong friends. Even though I left the business 12 years ago, I made some lifelong friendships. That the reason why I'm here, because I was talking to Derek Ross on just a regular interview, and that brought me back to IIB, Cal's orbit.
Derek and I were on the
Lifelong
board.
friendships.
Derek and I were on the board at the same time, handfully.
Well, everybody, you know everybody that I interviewed, basically the Morris, everybody, you know everybody. I'm sure you guys know everybody. I'm sure.
And it's even deeper than that. Some best friends. I have some best friends, that I met through the Young Agents.
Young Agents, why back?
In 1989 and 90. We came back from our honeymoon in 1991. We went to Antigua, and we literally got back to San Diego and went straight to the
Young Agents Conference.
Yeah, the Young Agents Conference at the Catamaran Hotel. I had a matching floral shirt. She had a matching dress, and we're all woohoo!
So dorky.
It was, yeah.
I know. I've been to many of. Trust me, I helped run many of them back in the day, so I do know. All my shirts are in the closet. They're in there. I didn't get rid of them. I wore a few for the show, over the time, but I thought I'd dress up today. But no, I do. So I'll say, Catherine, I come from retail also. When I got into insurance, I came from the retail side in San Francisco. I worked at a place called Headlines. I ran it. I was in the corporate office, all this stuff. So is there a big difference, or do you find sameness in working both retail and now insurance?
I mean, they're both customer oriented. But what I was doing in retail was I was on the floor and selling. And what I'm doing now is totally administrative. I just thought, okay, I would like a new challenge, and I'm not too old for new challenges. And so
Never.
Yeah. So I thrilled at the opportunity to push myself and learn new things, and to, all the accounting side and CSR 24 and all the admin stuff. I knew I could do it. It just would take some, practice and time and learning. And it's been great. I mean, I feel very important to our business, and that's important to me and Brad.
Good job, Brad. Yes, exactly. Good job. Like the women are smarter than we are. You know that. So I defer to the women always.
We've been very fortunate in reestablishing our own agency with a couple of partners. One is Applied Systems, the Epic management platform, and the team there.
They are incredible
from accounting. Catherine has an accounting rep there that's just been really a lifesaver for us for doing things. I've been really on the sales and service end of it for years, and the detail. hate to say minutia, but just the detail that a small business needs, and especially an independent agency. And so Catherine's tackled that part of it, and Epic Applied Systems has been just superior in helping us. And then also our agency network that we joined the ISU agency network, and the team there, our reps, specifically Teresa Thompson, was great. But the hierarchy there, Steve Pearson, Dan McCarthy, TJ Ryan, they've just been great and very helpful, and an integral player in us getting our clients rolled into our own agency again, and then moving forward to be able to sell and service. So we're fortunate.
We feel like we're surrounded by people that want us to be successful, like Applied. The people there really want us to be successful. They've been integral to us learning and growing and being successful in all areas of what we need to do.
That's wonderful. And how important is the Big I, California?
Huge. I mean, huge. And that's a great segue into it. Catherine mentions the people and being integral to the success. It's the same with the people at the Big I, and the past presidents that have served, the board members, the committee chairs, the staff. Clark is the leader, and the captain, and the team there, from Norwood, Steve Young, to Mike Orick, Jen. Just everybody works hard and is dedicated and committed to the independent agency channel, and committed to the association has kind of developed a mantra about promoting, protecting, and perpetuating independent agencies in California, and we're really starting to use that to advocate for independent agents in California. And IIABCAL is the best, from regulatory stuff under Steve Young, guidance, tutelage, leadership. John Norwood on the legislative front. Clark, of course, is involved in all that. So, I mean,
I know all of them. I know all of them. They're great guys.
they're
So,
great.
Catherine, so what advice would you give to any wife who's either married to someone in insurance, or is going to be part of the insurance themselves? Any kind of advice that you can give to them? They're starting out.
I think the best thing is that I have found is that, like you said, everybody you meet is just good people. They have integrity. They are family people. They're genuinely interested in you and the community, all of their communities. They tend to be big on volunteerism. And then it's a really wonderful way, if you're involved with somebody, in insurance, it's wonderful for your family. It's wonderful for the community. You're going to have a great time meeting other people in the industry, joining IIABCAL and the Big I, because you will develop great relationships, lifelong relationships. And insurance is a good way to provide for a family. I mean, it's been wonderful to us. And it's been now, now that Annie's come in, so 4 generations are able to make a living, a nice living, and at the same time have a whole family life where everybody can be at Little League games and everything else. There's a lot of balance, and I think it's wonderful. I would highly recommend it to every young person. And you don't grow up and think, I want to be in insurance.
Right. All right.
It's a great industry and full of great people, and that's the key.
One of the things that's interesting, we read, and we're at the tail end of the baby boomers, but we read about millennials, and a lot of it's negative comments and feelings that maybe boomers and others have about millennials. But if you look at the list of what's important to millennials, and it's a list of 22 or 25 things, probably every single one is applicable to an independent agency. Everything that's important to them, from flexibility, give back to the community, work environment, on and on and on. I think it's perfect for millennials. I would always add to a list that there's also unlimited income earning potential, but that's not on a millennial list.
I know it is. I know it isn't. That isn't actually.
It's not. So, I mean, the insurance business is a great business. It's the backbone of the U.S. economy. We know all that, but specifically, being an independent agent is the greatest. It's the greatest job ever.
Thank you, Brad and Catherine, for being on the show. I can talk to you guys forever, but
James.
we'll talk another time. Maybe in person one day with drinks. I'll come to San Diego.
Oh, please.
Perfect.
Yeah, in person sometime.
Yes, in person. We'll have some good laughs, and you can tell me the whole story of how
Oh,
you
yeah, you'd like it.
There's more.
I want to hear all of it. So I want to hear all of it. I want to thank Brad and Catherine
Very
Wilson
well.
for being on here. Wilson Company Insurance Services is the company. Do you have a website or anything you can tell people about where they can find you?
Wilson and Company Insurance Services.com.
That's easy. I like that. And of course,
We're on social media. We're on Instagram. We're on
you're on Instagram.
Facebook. Oh, you got to check out the gram, James.
Okay. So what is your Instagram handle?
Wilson and Co _SD.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you guys. I didn't know that.
I think so. I think that's.
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure it'll come up with some. Well, I'll make sure I'll double check that, and I'll put that in the thing on the on the Instagrams. I'm on there too. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm on there too. I'm gonna do something. Yes. But of course, this is IIABCAL Voices. We are on all streaming services from iHeartRadio to Spotify to Apple and Google, and the video version is on my online network, JLJ Media. So go ahead and subscribe, follow, comment, share. If people need to see this, share it with other people. And let them know what's going on. But you can check out every episode that we put out so far, including this one that is on there. And again, we are celebrating Valentine's Day month because why not? We celebrate love and love and insurance. I see. Oh, there they go. Oh, I love that. We'll end it right there. I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms and on TikTok too. We'll see you guys next time.
Take it easy.